Angie Pooh. Do you know Angie?
Who's that?
Who is she? Oh, Angie Pooh.
Hey, it's me, Angie Pooh.
What up, what up, what up? It's me, I'm Jippo, and this is amazing because today I'm having a convo with my friend. We go back. I know he gonna say a number, but I don't say a number because I'm remaining at an age completely. So with that being said, but this convo is going to be like no other because this individual and I spend share, know some things. And when he and I speak, it's just so amazing because the conversation never dies. It never dies. It never dies. We can go on and on and on and talk. He has become one of my deepest friends. What up, what up, what up?
Hey, what's up, Angie Pooh?
Philly. When he popped up on the screen, I was like, yeah, really, what are we doing? The orange, like hot.
One of those kind of days, right?
Can you please tell the people who you are, where you're from, what you do, who you do it with? Don't give them too much information. And the object of the game of the convo is you don't want to hear the bell. You don't want to hear the bell. No bell. So just give them a little bit because, I'll be asking all them questions.
I am Skeet the Barber from Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, that is. I own a barber shop, the therapist headquarters, 1229 South 21st Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19146. I've been a barber for about 36 years. Professionally, about 26 years. Anything else?
What else you got? That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, so let's get into it.
For right now.
What I would like for you to do is we have some friends that's in the building. Can you give a general hi to everyone? Be like, what's up?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sociable.
Hey, welcome to Sociable.
The convo.
The convo. Look at that. Look at you advertising me. Okay, sometimes I get a little confused. So if I call them another name, don't pay it no attention. That's Pooh being Pooh.
Yeah, that's okay. They all apply.
All right, let's get right into it. First and foremost, this is not Barbara Walters because I know you have done plenty of conversations and podcasts and interviews. That's not what this is.
It's what it is. It's a conversation with my friend that it's normal. This is going to be fluid.
Part.
No script.
All right. So while we got a little bit of people in here, I'm just going to tell people a little secret. And then we can go right into the conversation, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I met Skeeter my first year in high school. And he was the first guy I ever had a crush on. like ever. So when he walked in, I was like, wow. I was all in the lunchroom telling our other friends, like, yo, who that, who that, who that? But he was from down South Philly, and South Philly used to have a problem with West Philly people. So it wasn't like common for us to mesh.
Not for
So,
me.
huh?
Not for me.
Well, Skeeter, you different. Like, you friends with everybody. But who? I'm just saying, come on, South Philly and North Philly and West Philly, it was all that kind of thing that was going on in high school.
Definitely geographical.
Yes. So I became friends with Skeeter's sister to get
Mm.
to him. Did you know that?
No, I did. I mean, no, I never knew none of any of that. Any of that.
Wow. So, but what's so ironic is now Skeeter is one of our closest friends. Like Skeeter comes to St. Thomas and everything. And I'm like, that's Damon. That's like Damon, like, Damon.
My government.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay though. It's okay. I evolved into my government.
Okay. So how do you feel about that surprise that I just dropped on you that, you was my first crush ever in high school?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a surprise because if I have known, I don't know, high school would have been different for both of us.
Wow. I know you was one of the popular kids, and I ain't stayed there long enough to
Okay.
know anybody. So
It would have been different.
when I tell you this is Philly finest, like he knows everybody. It was so ironic, and we have one of our special people that's in the building. We love her, Dirty Red. Um, he knew where I was, and he kept up on me, like as in, follow me on Facebook. We talk, we done share a lot of life experiences together.
Absolutely.
And people didn't know where I was at, but he knew where I was. I was in witness protection, and you was the only one that knew.
No, see what it was. I did not know that they were looking for you. So all the times that me and Red talked, and I was buying food from her, I didn't know that she was looking for you until I don't know what. I don't know how we got in the
You
conversation. I was
posted,
like, is she
you
right?
posted St. Thomas and was like, "Look who I found!"
Exactly. And then
Like, what's up? Back in the day, type of deal.
and
And
everything
she
connected from there.
from there, like no time has lost. No time has lost.
That's how friendship's supposed to be though.
It's great, and I'm very appreciative to have this long extended relationship with you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Not only I want you to tell because we have so many surfaces that we have to go on. One is you are a very good traveler. Like someone can invite you to Easter Blip on Friday, and you already will be packed and ready to go. And you
I
pack
don't
a
pack.
certain way. So that's what
I
I
don't
want you to
pack.
tell the people how you pack and what you do.
All I pack is a backpack. I shop when I drop.
When I tell you Skeeter does not come with suitcases, he came to St. Thomas like, all right, where I go shopping at? I think you had a white tee, some socks, and a pair of underwears in your purse.
I came with a book bag, swim trunks, and t-shirts. That's it.
That's it. You like, and you not. When I tell you, if you want to have a turn up, you need to invite him. He's there. Like he comes. Like you the man.
No, I'm just enjoying life on the other side,
Being sociable.
being sociable.
So, what part of flying do you like and you dislike?
Timing.
Okay, explain.
Um, well, I'd rather fly than drive
Mhm.
because driving somewhere that takes 2 hours to get in the air, it takes 13, 14, 15, 20 hours to get. So I'd rather idolize my time in traveling by air than traveling by any other means of transportation.
I understand that one. And so in your travels, because you just got back from a cruise with mom.
Yeah, I took my mom on a cruise.
Yes. Now, you have a unique relationship with your parents. Can you tell us about this unique relationship?
All right. So when you're young, you're very dismissive of your parents because you're just trying to figure everything out. And as you age, if you're paying attention and your friends around you are losing their parents, and you start paying attention to your parents and you're watching them slow down, you're watching them not being able to do the things that they once did, um, you're watching them just get older. And, as they age, they depend on you more, but still be upset with themselves because they're losing their independence. So for me, paying attention to my mom, whom was my primary caregiver, I'm watching her go from one level to the next level. So I just felt compelled to be able to pay her back and manpower because I can't pay her back for what she has invested in me ever. I mean, it's infinite for what I would owe her, but in my manpower, if I can do what's necessary, take her to the store, make sure she does. And it's funny because even the other day she called me. She said her TV went out, and I went out and bought her TV yesterday, and she was like, "Thank you, son." Like certain things that I hear my mom say, I try to provide. So because she's retired, so try to provide them for her, and my way of giving her flowers while she's on right now alive. That's my thing. And my dad, even with him, that's my guy. My dad just recently had a situation where he took a flu shot and the flu shot paralyzed him. So I have been flying down every weekend for the last month and a half to make sure he's okay. And I stay 2, 3 days and I come back home. So the last 2 weeks since the holidays, I haven't been able to fly down there. They recently released him to home. So I got to fly down Sunday to go make sure everything all right, put things in perspective, make sure he got the proper stuff in place, and then at the same time help my niece, who's his primary caregiver, and help her. She's 30 years old, but she's still trying to live her life, and you know that's a burden on her as well. So I'm just trying to lift the burden on everybody, and then give them their flowers while they're alive.
When I tell you his relationship with his parents has inspired me to be better with my parents because I think we're very unique because a lot of people don't have both of their parents still
Right.
at this age. So they either have one or none. So now that we have both of our parents, it's just like, wow, we're in a unique stage and we need to be like giving them their flowers now that they are here. So you have inspired me to be a better daughter.
I'm glad I could. I mean, what I kind of realize, everybody don't have great relationships with their parents to some reason, and
Hmm.
a lot of it is because parenting don't come with a playbook.
It
So
doesn't. No
what
handbook.
happened is your parents were if your parents had you young, they were really growing up with you, so they were making bad decisions, mistakes, and all that stuff, and you kind of was involved in it. But when you get older and you start looking at it from a perspective of now being a parent, you can see that okay, there are examples. There's no playbook, but there are examples. There are examples what not to do, and there are examples what you should do.
Hmm.
So I take a healthy context of all those. I just, I have issues with my daughters not long ago in regards to my delivery. My where I'm at. They say, "Oh, you old." No, I just have principle. And in this society now, children don't have principle. Anything goes right now in the society. So I just come from a generation where we have principle, we have moral ground, and I'm standing on that. I'm not going to have my moral ground compromised because society said you can do this now, or you should allow your kids to do this and that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So
So Skeeter has a different parenting method. Like he is stone cold. I'm an OG, and this is what we do. He ain't going with the signs of the time. Cause I be like, improvise a little bit, give a little bit. He be like, no, they gotta learn. We grew up with character. That's why these kids lack character. You be like, he's an OG. So I mean, I'm going to get into the kids and the parenting situation, but I got a couple of questions to ask you.
go ahead.
Okay, you said you've been cutting hair for 25 years. What
30,
made you decide
35.
30? Okay, I'm sorry. What made you decide to start becoming a barber? Like, why a barber?
All right. So when I started cutting hair, I was about 15. My uncle had left some clippers. God bless his soul. That was my inspiration to cutting hair. He left some clippers in the house. So what happened was living in the projects, there were kids on the block that were not fortunate enough to have haircuts or get haircuts because it was drugs at that time. Crack had hit the scene real hard. So some of the young people on the block needed haircuts, and I just picked up the clippers and I just started cutting. I had some level of artistic background from being a graffiti writer young, so I could pretty much trace and pretty much see my way through. Technique came with watching my uncle, watching the neighborhood barbers, even paying attention to my barber when he would cut other people's hair while I waited, and I applied that to my technique. And it was a hobby at first, a hobby that I never thought for 1 minute would be my livelihood. My livelihood. Yes, I was in the streets and all that kind of stuff, but that's for later on. But that was inspired me, just being able to aid and help and give to people that needed something. You know what I mean? To make them feel good. Because a haircut makes men feel good. Some men, when they don't have a haircut, they not on their best game. They don't feel good about themselves. So for me, that was one of the most inspirational things, is being able to make somebody feel good by giving them a haircut.
Now, I mean, your haircuts are really nice. They on point.
Thank you.
No worries. I mean, I'm giving. It's just amazing to me how, like, let's talk about who you are, because you being a barber, you taking care of both parents, you flying in, flying out, um, by the drop of the dime. You're so supportive to your friends. You all the way around as a good dude. So I'm trying to figure out, how did we get here and when do you rest? I guess I'm trying to find out in between.
All right. So, I come from my mom. I gotta, I can't say enough about her. My mom raised me 100% correctly to her best ability. Every bad decision and mistake I made, it was on me. She's not indicted on that behalf. I'll go on indictment for the mistakes that I made, bad decisions that I made with my life. Um, and those decisions that I made, I had to stand on. I had to deal with the consequences. And I believe over time, and again, I give props to my dad. My dad always said, when you do something, stand on it. You know what I mean? Tell the truth, be honest, be 100% transparent, because people can respect you. And respect is earned, not given. So I knew growing up, if I was going to be anything with good character, I had to be respected. So I no filter. I'm 100% honest. I don't have no reason to lie. I don't have no reason to manipulate, and I don't have no reason to get over on anybody. So being that I was in the streets, as I got older, morally I had a obligation to my people and my community, for which I was a part of destroying to some degree. So I just had to implement God's good character to right my wrongs.
And now you're in the community, you're helping the community. And I mean, I think as a young person in Philadelphia, because we're going to talk about like how Philly have revolved into this place where you be like, dang, these youngins are just like wilding out. Um, and to be fair, we were wilding out at our age. We did some things that we are not happy about or proud about. So what I wanted to ask you is, like, you've been married a couple of times. How many children do you have?
I have 4 children.
Full-time barber, fixing up a house, like he is rebuilding his house. Parents, how? How are you doing all this?
Sacrifice.
So what part do you feel as though you are sacrificing in life?
Well, at one point in my life, I was selfish with a lot of things. So now I have to sacrifice me for the greater good of everybody else. But in my sacrifice of self for everybody else, I still find time to give back to myself and reward myself for my sacrifices. So
And
that's
that's
what
when you throw that book bag on and you just go.
exactly, that's the travel thing. You know, because at the end of the day, I have friends that I invite to travel, and and I was once the person that, yeah, I get to it, but now, at where I'm at now, I'm beyond middle age. People say 50 is middle age. I'm beyond middle age. Average man live about 70, 74, 75. So 35, 37, that's middle age now. You know what I mean? So anything after that, we on borrowed time. So I just want to utilize, I want to be the guy that when my script is written, that there's a lot of context, content, and character in my dash. It ain't gonna be limited. It's gonna be full to inspire somebody else to see that in 24 hours, every day that he lived, he accomplished this. Just trying to be better. Just trying to be better. Just trying to be better. Doing more. Living beyond what we see on the surface.
Yes, that's the reason why you're organically who you are. Because, like, when I tell you, you can pick up the phone with any scenario and ask Skeeter, like, yo, what's this? What you feel about this? And he gonna give it to you nice and raw. Nice and raw.
Your fault.
So, in your travels, where has been the best place you ever visited in your life?
St. Thomas.
I knew that was.
Thomas.
And when you coming back?
Soon.
You better come back soon. Did you enjoy yourself in St. Thomas?
Listen, absolutely enjoyed myself. Actually, it's funny because I went to St. Thomas. I had my cousin with me and her friend, and just being there and be able to connect with my lifelong friend to even make the trip even more pleasurable, able to show us around, take us to a whole nother part of the island. We went to St. John's, I think. Just going over there. For her, she even enjoyed it. And even her to connect with you, she appreciated that I even knew someone somewhere where she can go without me and connect and still enjoy herself if I'm not present.
And we family now, because we text, we call it, you know what I mean? Like, we're family. Just that connection between you and I have extended my family.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. So, what's the most selfish thing you have ever asked for? To the Most High.
To the who?
To the Most High.
Peace.
That's all you want?
He giving it to me.
So what does that peace look like?
You see it. Everything in the smile, baby.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I say we gotta smile more than we cry.
Peace for me is sitting here prior to this interview in my living room and hearing my heartbeat. Not having to deal with anyone's or anything toxic, being in my own bubble, being able to process, think, innovate, all those things, those when your juices flow, you can get things done. That's pretty much how I'm able to operate in my life and be able to get so much done because I don't have anything to distract me or anyone distracting me. That peace has been bestowed upon me for the last 5-6 years. And I thank God for that peace.
Now, speaking of that, you have a child, a daughter that's in a very particular situation, was going with the signs of the times. How did you feel when she didn't tell you and you had to find out that she decided to be bisexual?
Well, for one, I was disappointed. Only because she can talk to me. She could have talked to me.
Yeah.
We live in a society where these things now are the new normal. But being that it's the new normal, it still has to be a discussion with old society. And people keep thinking that they can take the new society and wedge it into old society and think it's supposed to be a go. Everything has to be a conversation. This world has changed drastically. Some for the better, and more often for the worse. Depending on how one sees it and the perception of the person. For me, I can love my daughter through the process, and I have to, and I let her be. Made it clear, and I told her if this is what you're going to do, and this is who you are, you have to be unapologetic about it. But it can't be you unapologetic by offending someone who doesn't approve of it, and then when that person that don't approve of it, you become sensitive to their disapproval, and that's what society is doing right now. They're
Explain that part. Explain that part because you want her to be 100% authentically her. Whatever
right,
she decide, whatever choice she made in life, you want her to be 100 on it.
right.
You don't want her to be vicarious and then
No,
get
no,
mad.
no. Not gonna talk about Kira. What I'm saying is,
Okay.
if this is who you are,
Hmm.
then you can't carry embarrassment with it. You can't carry shame with it.
Or uncomfortable.
Or be uncomfortable. Just be. And when you just be, then when somebody who doesn't approve of it addresses it, you still have your ability to address that person to make them feel comfortable and like, listen, this is who I am. This is who you are. This is who I am. But if you can't love me beyond my orientation, then I have to separate myself from you. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but also I'm just trying to figure out because I know her bearing the story or talking to you about it wasn't that lack of communication wasn't there. It wasn't there, the communication. And then that left a little strain on everything else. Do you not think?
Without question. I mean, me not being a modern parent, being able to accept the world as it is now, will definitely be a strain on the kid who would expect you to fall in place, change with the world.
Okay.
It's funny because me and my son had the same conversation, but I was explaining to him the way the world is. Y'all haven't put a mark on it other than y'all doing with whatever the world said. Basically, being programmed. I'm gonna use the word program.
Okay.
Reason why I say program because now that this dynamic is out there, um, young kids are sponges. So when they see these things, if there's nobody in place to correct or check those things,
Okay.
then those very things become the normal for them. So in our generation, selling drugs was an environmental dynamic as being LGBT is the environmental dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
Like
I
it's a
don't,
fad.
right. So I don't believe that every child is every three
We're
out of five
born.
children are born LGBT. I don't believe that. I believe it's mostly a choice.
Okay.
And I believe a lot of it is a choice based on environment or based on what they see. They learn what they live, as we all
Okay.
did. So if this is a part of your journey, becoming whoever you're going to become, once you get past that, all the tests and all the things that you're getting into, then so be it. But be unapologetic about it.
Okay. Now, is this because you being South Philly OG, the man, like is it like hard to accept? So you have like a theory, like because you're an
So,
OG and you the man and everybody knows you and you know,
so let me say this. Yes, from my generation, yes, it was very very hard to digest. I believe again with my son, and then it being with my offspring that I have to look at this, and it's so many different dynamics that I had to come to terms with. And I was watching the Best Man series,
yes.
so watching him go through that phase with his son is is showing you how our generation was uncool with the dynamic. But when turmoil or certain things come into play, all that go out the window. He was just worrying about how he gonna get to his son. So he had to love his son through the process, even if he didn't approve of it. I gotta still love my son. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that still has to be a level of respect set in place with both parties.
But in the beginning, being as though he did not know, and when he found out, that uncomfortableness made him like, oh no, go change your clothes because we about
Because
to
it's
go around
shock.
my
It's
friends.
shock trauma. And we as adults suffer shock trauma too, because let me be clear, I didn't my daughter's dynamic with me is unique. You
Hmm.
know this. Um I just met both of them in the last 7 years, 5, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? One of my daughters with the Salima, I didn't know anything about. I heard a rumor.
Okay.
I don't address rumors, and me being in the streets at the time, I was making too much money to address any rumor for that matter. Her
Which
mother,
is crazy because I even said this to you. If it was a rumor, you should have went, yo, I hear this. What's going
no,
on?
and again, I wasn't going to do that because of my mind state. So I
Okay.
had my own traumas as well. You know that I haven't talked about. I have my own traumas in regards to those dynamics. So I'm not addressing any rumors when the mother had a hotline to me. You know what I'm saying? She could have very well sat down, listen, this ain't here, this is, this is your child. Let's go do the right thing. And that, like I said, all it boils down to is communication.
Yeah.
I'm not no hard person to communicate with. You know this. I'm easy to communicate with. Very easy to communicate. I'm very approachable. So these things didn't happen. So 18 years later, you figure it out, you find out, and they got a taste of who I would have been and who I am for the time before they got themselves pissed off with me, which is cool because they had to evolve too. Everybody get a turn to evolve. They're gonna have they moments where they disregard me because, like I said, we live in a generation now where it's dishonor your parents.
Exactly. Cut off.
So we know that it's about dishonor your parents now. It ain't about your parents don't even count no more. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. So for me, being the bigger person, I had to apologize to all my children, the ones, even my nieces and nephews. I sent a letter out for the new year, apologizing to all of them for my the way I grew up, my principles, my standards. And I said I apologize if I came off abrasive or if I hurt you with those principles.
Yeah.
It was never my intent to hurt you. That's how I love. And if it didn't come off as love, again, I apologize. I sent all of them the letter. And my niece responded, and my other
because
daughter.
your niece is like also your child because you're
my
being
daughter's
her.
sex. My niece, they all, yeah.
Yeah.
And a few, and the ones that never was offended didn't apply because they know it didn't apply to them. Like he ain't never offended me. I understand. I understood. But the ones that I did offend, they responded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and again, at the end of the day, I did what God put in me to do. Now the rest of the work is on them. I mean, they all grown, so I don't feel any kind of way if they no longer reach out to me or whatever. But I'll say this, and it may come off callous and cold. If you can't come have a conversation while I'm alive and bury the hatchet, when I'm dead, don't come to my funeral. Don't come crying. Don't come talking about dad, this, that. I don't want any, and I mean this with everything in me. Don't come trying to make peace with my death when you couldn't make peace while I'm alive. And I stand on that.
This is so Philadelphia, but I love the rawness because I feel like a lot of people are not keeping it real now. I even went to go do a post and was like, I hope real people show up in 2023. And I was like, I'm not going to put that out because we are so, if the sky is blue, we're blue today. If we eating chicken, everybody eating chicken. If we it's like so many fads and people don't know who they are, and we don't know who we're getting for the day.
I say this in all inspiration. You should have put it out. Don't compromise you because everybody else compromising themselves for what they believe is right. I'd rather fail in authenticity I'd rather fail being real than prosper and being fake.
This is the reason why Skeeter is one of my closest friends because it never feels like he always giving you the real, even when you're in doubt. Like you can always talk to him, and he definitely keep it real. This is the part of the show, and I'm like, I get caught up with you, and we'll be talking forever, and I'm like, okay, I still got to put on a little show. So I got to go ahead and get it done.
Let's go.
Because it's a lot, Skeet. It's a lot. You don't think it's a lot?
I love a lot. I love a lot.
So this is
I
the
had a
part.
cup half full.
Oh, definitely. This is the part of the show where I be asking all them questions, asking all them questions, because I'm nosy and nosy don't know the difference, but I be asking all them questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Did your sibling ever help you get away with something? If so, what? What did Morty help you get away with?
Nothing. I helped her get
Morty,
away with things.
wait, hold up. When I tell you Morty was so protective over you, I doubt.
But you got to understand that was reciprocated because of how much I protected her.
Yeah, y'all were. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
See,
facts.
yeah, I protected her on a level where she couldn't protect herself. So her way of giving it back was to protect me in her own way. So I can't say I got away with anything because everything I did on purpose. I did intentional.
Yeah, y'all too. Oof. Y'all were very, very close. Like, very, very
Very,
close.
very close. That's
Very, very.
missing her is it, I can't even
Yeah,
explain it.
that's a whole nother
Yeah,
story.
I just want to say this. My son said to me yesterday, if my sister was alive, he said maybe my children and those who feel I'm so abrasive, she would be the one that could bridge the communication gap to get them to understand this is why he's like that. You get
Level
what I'm
it
saying?
out.
This is where he stand. He like that with me. I don't have no picks when it comes to certain things. I mean, I get on my mom. We don't have to. Me and my dad. I'm adding because you can't have it both ways. And in this life, we can't have it both ways. You can't be this and still be that. You can't have it both ways in this life. It's either you're gonna be this or you're gonna be that.
So, what I mean, because you always go to the reunions and you always participate, you support. He came to my 50th birthday party. That was one of the pictures. My daughters gave me a 50th birthday party. I don't even know how he came. He brought the squad, people I ain't seen in years, and we had a ball because after the skating ring, we were just like, hey, hey.
I ain't get on no say I can't skate, so I didn't even attempt. You so full of energy. Um, you're a great energy to be around. Some people don't understand in this life. We live in a society where the energy is right here all the time. And being around Angie, your energy is always, always above in the clouds. And I love the energy. That just does something for everybody. It makes people happy. It makes people feel good to be around your energy, just to watch you move and still at your age, just so energetic and great spirited. That's a great thing.
So did I lose my Philly flair or spunk or am I still Philly?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. You don't claim Philly, you claim Atlanta.
Do I? Eagles just
But
won.
let me say this.
Eagles go
You
Eagles.
always gonna be Philly Pooh to me.
Okay.
So Pooh, I get Philly. I mean, again, Atlanta is where you made your home, but Philly is definitely where you were born and bred. So
Okay.
you don't listen. You don't lose that. It's gonna all forever be in you.
Okay. So I'm just not an Allen girl.
You become an island girl.
Okay. Cool. So I was going into that because I was seeing you do all the reunion. You go to all the reunions. You support everybody. Did you ever think about becoming like a organizer, an agent to put parties together out in destination spots?
So I don't know if you know, I have a history of being a party promoter at one point in the early
Really?
2000s. Yes, I sold out the Spirit of Philadelphia once, and we did two parties. Spirit of Philadelphia. The first one I sold out. The second one was a good crowd. I did a few parties. Me and my other two friends, my partners. And then over time, just stopped doing it because one, people don't want to get dressed anymore. I like to put on a suit and some hard bottoms. Now the world has changed, so now people want to put on suits and sneakers, and everybody's a sneaker head. You know what I mean? So the world has changed drastically, and I love couture. I love to dress up when necessary. Yes, this is comfortable. I like my comfortable sportswear. But things have changed, and in it, when you're promoting parties and you have this, how can I say it? popularity with women sometimes tends to breed a little jealousy with men, so they don't want to support you, or they don't want to come to your party because
Like
of.
you know all the hot baddies. Why wouldn't the dudes be like if you be like, yo, I'm sponsoring a trip to St. Thomas. We getting an Airbnb. It's 8 rooms and a whole bunch of beds. You paying for a bed. It costs this much. I'm inviting the baddies. I know some baddies on the island. Bruh, where you at? You can't do that.
So just so you understand, yes, I can do that all day long, but guess what we'll be getting? It'll be more women than it'll be men.
Wow.
That's how it is. Women support all the time. It's the men that don't support, or they not in position to pay their way.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can respect that. I can
You know what I
respect
mean?
that.
Some guys just don't. They're not in position. They don't. And I'm not. That's not an indictment on them, because people have lives, and however they live their life, it don't factor in that dynamic of entertainment or fun.
So, being as though I'm nosy and newsy and I'm looking in the background, show me that shirt. That sweatshirt.
Just say Philly Barber Couture Coaching. Philly Barber Coaching.
What does that mean?
A good friend of mine who makes these this is his clothing line. He customizes for me. His name Mike Lewis. Culture clothing line. Mike Lewis. He on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, Mike, I'm reaching out to you, Mike. Come through, be sociable.
Yeah, Mike, a good guy. Actually, that drawing that you put up,
Yeah,
Mike Lewis did that for me too.
really, I like that.
That was
I
presented
love
to me from this female organization, the Sisterhood for Life.
Okay.
Yeah, they presented that to me for participating in a haircut situation with them, and a couple things I did with them in charity. So they presented
Yeah.
that to me some years back.
Yeah, I remember when you was talking about how you did that charity work. It was kind of dope.
I still do, but I don't. What I do now is any trade that I do, I don't post it.
Yeah, I can respect that.
I don't post it.
Because why? You don't want people to know how you give back?
No. Again, sometimes God give you a message. Sometimes God say, once you do it, and you don't gotta put charity out there. You just do it and let the universe pay you back. And that's why I'm in the position that I am. And
boomerang, baby, boomerang.
yeah, everything ain't for everybody. So sometimes you if I give somebody some clothes, or I feed the homeless, or whatever I do, and not limited to that. I haven't posted some things. I support organizations that do post it because they need a sponsor. But for
Advertisement.
me, what I do personally, you know what I'm saying, even with my mentoring with kids and stuff that I do, I had something to do today. I don't really post it. I put it out there, and whoever wants to be a part of it, fine. If they don't, fine. I can only reach who willing to give me a hand. So that's just where I'm at with things.
That's what's up. What was your worst subject in school?
History.
What? Why?
Because history was oppressing to me. Because you learn about
what they tell you, what you learn.
You learn about in the books what they present in the books to keep you oppressed, meaning it shows you how our people were nothing other than this. It didn't show it, you know what I mean? And then you got 1 month of Black history that taught you
the shortest
all
month.
the positive impacts that Black people put on the world, when really the entire world is impacted by Black people. All the way down to every commercial with our music, our fashion, just everything evolves around our culture. And when you in history and you keep hearing about how Caucasian people have oppressed us and beat us and raped us and did all these things, that's a breeding ground for anger sometimes. Although I didn't have to suffer those things, but that's in our bloodline. In your bloodline that goes through your lineage that you feel those sufferings and certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So that history just wasn't my thing. That's it, and it served no justice right now in my life. It doesn't really serve no justice.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay.
That history,
That history.
his
Now
story,
today,
his story,
his
his
history.
story,
His.
his story.
Okay.
It is their story.
So how do you try to impress a female? What do you do?
Nothing. I just be.
Skeeter. 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 How do you okay, first date. Tell me about a first date. What you gonna do?
A first date for me, a ride, a walk, and a conversation.
What we talking about?
Um, well, so let me get clear. Back in the day, a first date was movies, something to eat, and it cost you. But then after the first date, sometimes you didn't hear from the female anymore, or sometimes, you they didn't like you, or you didn't like them in the conversation. And who lose? Me. I lost. I spent the money, so I lose. So
Okay.
now it costs nothing to have a first date with me, but I want to get into your head. I know I have money to spend, but I want to see what you thinking, how you think. I want to get into your head. It has to be on that level to see if you can intellectually feed me, as I know I can intellectually feed you.
So you ain't getting no free meal with you, no first date.
No, no free meals.
No free meal. So what do you think about these
Unless I
dating?
want to eat. Unless that's what I want to do.
Okay. So what do you think about these dating apps? Would you go on a dating app?
I
Are you
tried a
on any
dating app, but
dating app?
I can't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm on a couple of dating apps, but I can't. I can't. I'm outside. I can't. I like the conventional way. I like it the conventional way. I like to meet in person. I want to feel your vibe. I want to feel your energy. I want to see what frequency you on. You know what I mean? I want to have a conversation. I don't want to text, because through text it's easier to communicate, because you can be somebody else through text that you're not in person.
Okay, so you feel as though Texas can be kind of catfishish, right?
Very catfishes, yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
somebody can speak for somebody else. I've done that for people. I've spoke in place of somebody because they didn't know how to articulate themselves. So I'm just telling you how it works.
What?
Yes. I mean, let's be clear. You're married. You got a good man. Ernest is a great man.
Wait,
But
excuse me, pause.
okay.
I call him the
So
dude.
anyway, dating. Listen. So dating today, based on what my female friends tell me, is
Hmm.
the worst, because men don't know how to communicate anymore.
Yeah.
They're very shallow. They don't know. They don't have no direction. They don't know how to lead.
Hmm.
They don't know how to hold a conversation
Hmm.
intellectually. So I know, growing up, with my old heads taught me, you kill the head, the body fall.
Okay, so what are you looking for in a woman? What's give me two of the most haves.
So this is the most have. You have to be content and know who you are.
Okay.
But for me, you have to compliment my character, and you have to compliment my peace of mind. Those two things. I need a partner. That's it. I shouldn't have to at some point tell a woman how to be or do what they need to do in regards to a man. And when I say a man, I'm talking about a man that understands how to lead, a man that can listen, pay attention to the details. I need a woman to pay attention to the details as well. I'm an open book, and I
So
don't always
you
give my
think
best
this
foot
is
forward.
the individual you are now?
Excuse me.
Are you this individual now? You learn how to listen and be considerate and all of
I
these
was
things?
always considerate, but I was rough around the edges. Yes, I was always a good guy, just rough around the edges. I'm not gonna act like I was always this savoir faire kind of guy. I just had the looks and the personality and character, but I still was rough because I didn't understand the dynamics of relationship. I was in a
So what
single.
do you think about moving in with each other without marriage? Would you do it again?
No. Well, let me be clear so it can make sense to you.
Okay. Because I want to do a lightning round, so don't give me too much.
All right, so you just tell me when to stop. I don't want anyone moving in with me.
Okay.
I don't want to move in with anybody.
Okay, stop. Because that's my next question.
Go ahead.
Would you move in with a woman that owns her own home?
No.
Explain quickly why.
She would never respect me moving into her home.
You don't think women respect men if men move into the women house?
No.
Is this an OG answer? Or are we, because look, let's just say hypothetically, would you ever, like, let's just say hypothetically, you was to date a millionaire, a woman, Taraji P. Would you move in her house?
No. That's because she's a millionaire. She's still a woman. Her money don't define me. I got my own money. So her money, that's because it supersedes mine, don't mean that I'm going to bow down to her money. I'm still a man at the end of the day. And I'm going to stand as a man.
Okay.
So we can collectively cohabitate if we collectively invest in each other.
So how do you feel lightning round? Do you feel like a man should pay half the portion of a vacation? Excuse me, half the portion of a vacation, or all the part of the vacation?
Okay, so this is my take on that. If I say accompany me on vacation,
Okay.
I have the vacation. It's all me. If she asks me to go on vacation, I would suggest it be on her, or we can go Dutch. Either way, I'm gonna have some skin in the game. Because I'm a man, I'm still going to facilitate whatever need to be facilitated once we're there.
Okay. Next question. Matching someone's energy.
Easy.
I didn't even ask the question.
Oh, I thought that was the question.
If your partner loved to dance on a dance floor, every song, are you going to be there with her through the whole journey? Or are you going to be like, go ahead, do your thing?
So I'll make sure that I'm doing something with her. But if her energy supersedes mine on the dance floor, I don't have a problem with somebody else helping me out. So yes, I'll let you dance. I'm gonna dance with you a few rounds, but when I ain't got nothing left in the legs, you gotta dance with somebody else. Go ahead, babe, do your thing. I got the pom-pom, cheerleading. Go ahead, get him, girl, get him.
That is so crazy. I want you to give me that catchphrase one more time. If you didn't inspire to bond us in life, it's not going to happen at my funeral. How did you say? Give me that catchphrase one more time.
Oh, I said if you can't have a conversation and make peace while I'm alive, don't come trying to make peace while I'm dead, because it doesn't count for anything when I'm dead. Because I'm alive, all it is a conversation. A lot of times when we have differences with our family members, our children, our mother's father, a lot of stuff just be a simple conversation. You know, we're not hearing to respond, but we're hearing to comprehend.
I know that's right. Okay.
So,
When was your happiest time in your life?
it's so the happiest time of my life was when I was doing wrong.
Why?
There was no limit.
Unlimited.
There was no limit. So, and it's not nothing to feel good about, but it was a time of my life where I was carefree.
Yeah. But you really wasn't.
No, I wasn't. But again, when I say carefree, meaning I didn't have anything that would hinder me from getting something done. I could move anything at any given time. I was the puppet master. So I didn't have anything in that regard that could hurt me. But when I did get hurt, that's when evolution came. I put
Reality
kicked in. Yeah, reality kicked in. So now I think for now is the happiest time of my life, because I've watched myself evolve from that to where I'm at now and still be able to sustain and stay right where Angie's energy is. This is what my energy is every day. Every day I wake up in the clouds. Every day I wake up happy.
That's what's up.
Nobody has control of my happiness. And I have this saying: anyone that compromises my peace of mind is collateral damage. And that's anybody. It's not limited to anyone, no person.
And he gives that advice freely all the time. Speaking of that, this new generation has this theory where they want to publicize people that done the wrong thing, and they want to make them into documentaries, TV shows, and things like that. Now, you made mention in regards to society going with the fads and things like that. Do you think they should put these people on a pedestal that have been doing the wrong thing?
So if you pay, and again, it's about perception.
Okay.
So if you look at it, you can look at it and see that what they're trying to do is show you the highs and the lows of these things. So I can use this. They did the same thing when we were young. So let's say this: when I watched Scarface as a young man, the only thing I could see was the surface of glorified money and this and third, but I didn't pay attention to the other part of it. You know what I'm saying? So the other part is the things that he lost. He lost friends. He lost his mother. He lost his sister. He lost his best friend, and then he lost his life. But his saying was, the world is mine. But when he died at the end, it shows you in the pool of blood with this thing around it, the world is yours, but it's a dead world. So it shows you that in that game is good for the moment, but at the end is death or jail. So you have
But a lot of men your age were inspired, because being as though you still see it on the TV screen, it was just like you have the poster and you like even some phrases he would say and things he would do. It was like,
well,
let's do this.
Because our environment was so oppressed that if that was the only thing that can get us to rise above what we were dealing with, that was exposed to us. See, now we have the internet. We're exposed to so many things, which I'm proud of the young black men and black women who have took the internet and utilized to become millionaires and entrepreneurs on a positive side of things. But there's also the danger in using it on the negative side of things, trying to be rich. And it's still a pitfall with that. With the music, the young guys getting killed in music, trying to perpetuate a lifestyle that they didn't even grow up in. And then sometimes you grow up in a lifestyle and you don't know how to separate yourself once you get to a certain level of money.
So wait, hold up. Do you think we not perpetuate? Like our rappers wasn't fake? Like, do you think our rappers, when you go with the young people that's rapping about it, raindrop, drop top, like they doing that now? Did we not Lex Cruz Beamers in the Benz?
So the thing with our generation is the music didn't start off like that. So we were able to differentiate what's real and what's not real. You follow what I'm saying? Rappers wasn't getting killed like that. The first rapper I think that got killed was Scott LaRock. You follow what I'm saying?
Okay. So, wait, he was the DJ.
He was the DJ. But what I'm saying to you is when life started becoming reality, guys that was in the street start becoming rappers and trying to find a way out. But you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and that 1 foot in came to your demise.
Yeah.
Getting all the way out. And then you talking about a time where you old enough to understand that that's only entertainment. That's not real life.
Okay.
Now, life imitates art now instead of art imitating life.
Okay. You realize your advertisement was the Tough Crew.
My what?
When I advertised your convo for today,
yes,
I gave the Tough Crew as your music thing.
Was that my part of town?
Yes. That's so South Philly.
Yeah, Monty G.
Yes. And I had to go to Crates. For you, I got to go to Crates.
Actually, you had to go to Crates.
Yes.
All right. That's what's up.
You so South Philly, so I gotta. And the craziest part about it is, yes, you from South Philly, but you like all around, like you a Philly dude.
Yeah. Well, I never limited myself to just South Philly.
Yeah.
And I have family in West Philly, where I actually grew up between 58th Street, and then I grew up in Passion Projects in South Philly. So then you forget that I was a basketball player. So now I'm playing ball. I was in every playground just trying to find my bones. Huh?
You can't say I forgot that, but go ahead.
Well, I was out earning my bones on the basketball court. So I like I said, it's layers to my life that I evolved to who I am now. It's different layers to it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like I said, you well around. All around. What's your favorite song? Right now. In your phone. Get in the car. What's that favorite song?
I don't have one. I love music.
You gotta give me one best.
My favorite song probably would be right now. Bruno Mars. I mean, not Bruno Mars. I'm Fly. What's my man name? Bruno Mars and you know who I'm talking about. What's his name?
This man got me paying the rent.
Yeah, that group. But the song, I'm so fly. The fly. I'm fly.
Okay, I gotta check it out. But I know that Bruno Mars and them be getting it, so I'm not surprised. Okay. Well, now that's a kind of jazzy tune. Jill Scott or Erica Badu?
I'm gonna go with Jill.
Why?
Philly. That's where I'm from.
Where I am from.
I'm gonna go with Jill.
That's what's up. All right. So, what is your ideal? Because you realize I'm still on the bonus round of the whoop whoop lightning, asking questions, but I go up, down, all around.
It's okay.
Your ideal female. What she look like? Light skin, dark skin, tall.
Nia Long.
Nia Long.
Nia Long.
Today Nia Long or old school Nia Long? We talking about Friday Nia Long or best man Nia Long?
Nia Long. I don't care if it's Friday or best man. I just wrote her a letter the other day. Literally, just wrote her in her inbox the other day.
Really? To say what? You shoot your shot? Wait, you shoot your shot?
I shot my shot at Nia Long. I did. I really did. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see.
You said Nia Long. Okay, Kanye, come on. All of this?
What, though? You know, it's so funny that Hollywood and all that, people make so much of a big thing. And again, by me having a cousin that was in the NBA, I'm not starstruck. They people too. And they go through stuff and all that, but status is always an issue. And they keep forgetting when you deal with status, you're gonna deal with what you're gonna deal with that.
Wait, did she look at it? Did she respond?
Well, I don't believe that she's gonna respond, only because she has.
I want to know what you said.
She has 4 million people in her network, so I can't imagine her responding to just me, or responding to me at all. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to find it.
But even did she look at it?
No, she didn't look at it. So this is what it say.
Oh, shucks. Suck it now.
I know I'm not famous, nor am I rich. I'm not broke, but I'm not broke. But if I ever, excuse me, I ain't got my glasses on. Let me put my glasses on. That's what my problem is.
You know we're getting older.
Yeah, I'm trying to freestyle it. Okay, I know I'm not famous, nor am I rich. I'm not broke, but if ever was a godly possibility to show you what it feels like to have you looking for what you're looking for, I'm him. And no, you wouldn't have to tell me anything. Your eyes will direct me and earn your heart. That was my letter. Simple.
What in the prison letter did you just write to her? You trapping?
No, I ain't trapping. I'm serious. Listen, I got a lot of love for the next woman in my life, because the next woman is going to be forever. See, 6 years to understand me, 6 years to understand the part I played in my 2 marriages' demise. Not saying I was all responsible, but the part that I played, I'm going to stand on mine.
Yeah.
I don't have it to have another woman in my life to make bad decisions that will cost me her or the dynamic.
Oh.
You follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I now understand what it is that I need. I married 2 women based on what I wanted. My wants gonna always change, but my needs will never change. So I need someone to be my partner. I need someone to complement my character. I need someone to complement my peace. That's necessary for me.
Now, I'm going to say this, and this is no disregard nor disrespect, okay? Love Nia Long. Big Friday fan. Props to her. But she may come with a little sort of baggage. Are you ready for that type of baggage?
So I'm an avid traveler, right?
Okay.
So I understand that every bag has to get unpacked.
Yo, I feel like I got OG'd and y'all don't know what I be going through. I be like, what? Like, did you just OG'd me? Like,
She gotta unpack her bags. I'm gonna show her how to unpack. Because I'm gonna pay attention to the detail. I know what she just went through,
yes, what
but she,
she's going through.
and what she's going through. So what I try to explain at times to my daughters and my lady friends, money the boss.
Mhm.
And men that have money ultimately have egos. So
Okay.
if he's the sole provider, which means sometimes he's going to do some things that money allow him to do. And if you own the coin, you guys got to deal with it. I've been him, was him, still can be him, but I evolved from that.
That is so messed up.
It's
Because
not
like
because it's
just
not messed
because
up.
you maintain you the breadwinner doesn't call you to be able to do whatever the freak you want to do.
So this is the part that I think we in this society gotta pay attention to. That's why I say you need an equal partner. An equal partner doesn't always mean she needs money. She needs to understand what she needs to bring to that man's life that validates his money. Something that money can't buy, and she has to be consistent in it. See, women
Okay.
deal with vanity, so they believe because they have vanity and this, that, and third, that that's all they need to bring. But that the novelty of that wears off over time because if you put a bunch of pretty women in the room, he's still looking around like the next pretty woman. And sad to say, but very respectfully, a woman's sex is only valuable one time. That's the time
Wait,
before
pause. Explain.
a man gets it, he'll do everything in the world to keep it, to get it. And then once he's got it, the novelty wears off. Then everything goes downhill. Just like a woman, when a man got money, he only good as his money as long as his money go. That's not for everybody though. That's for
Yeah, because
no. Hear me out. It's not for everybody. So when I'm speaking, I don't want people to take it personal that it apply. If it don't apply, let it fly. But we talking about the large percentile of society. Everything is a barter now. It's either money and this. So if you take those two things away, then what are you falling in love with? That's why character is so important and not image. We live in a society where image is perpetuated right out there. Everybody falls in love with image, but not character. Nobody has no character.
some people don't have character, and this is what I'm
I'm
telling you.
speaking to
When
the
I tell you,
majority. I'm speaking to the majority. We talking
okay,
about the dating pool. Just the majority.
okay, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. When you talk to Skeeter, you don't know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the real, and you may not be ready for the real because he just told you. Like if we, like I'm gonna put a lot of work in the beginning, but it's just gonna be like, all right, I'm just getting the, and that's not the way it goes, Skeet. Because the same way, all that energy you did in the beginning to get it, you gotta keep on doing it to get it from certain type of women.
And I just said that. I said it's not for everybody, but you keep forgetting it depends on the type. So the type is based on what that woman brings to that man's life because he got to make that valuable beyond that first time. It's up to him to make it valuable beyond the first time based on what she brings outside of that dynamic.
Yeah, I just feel like honestly, like what is the longest relationship you ever had? Like how many years was the longest relationship? I'm curious.
Which is my last one. I think 15 years. My last one is
Now,
15 years.
within that 15 years, because we grown, and I'm gonna have to ask this question. Have you ever cheated?
Yes. And I'm saying this to say, when I was separated from her, yes. I've never had a side chick ever in any of my marriages.
That was
Ever.
my next question.
Never.
Did you ever have a side chick?
Never.
Now, do you feel as though so have you ever experienced having two women at once and one of them was the other woman? Not one night stand, period. Two women at once.
You being in a relationship?
Yes.
No. Not being in a relationship, but I have experienced it as a, when I was in my other life.
Okay. We ain't talking about no three people doing some things. We talking about like this is my main chick and this is my other chick. I'm asking period ever in life.
Mm-mm. No,
So you wouldn't know what it's like to have two women and have to be like everything for two different types of women.
I don't want to because I watched it with some friends. The last thing I want to do is argue with the side. If I can argue at home with the main, if I'm that don't even make sense. That don't make no sense. If I'm gonna have a side, it's for serenity. That ain't. If I'm gonna deal with toxicity, I'm gonna stay home where I'm at and deal with that.
And sometimes you just don't be ready for this. Sometimes you
No,
just don't
I'm
be
just
ready.
saying. Wow, that's stupid to argue with two women. That don't make sense. I'm not arguing with my. I'm not having an issue with my woman at home, and then I gotta come out here and I'm having an issue with you. That's defeating the purpose.
And you gotta provide and take care and travel and do everything.
That's too much. It's only one me. I ain't Bobby Womack.
You think you lonely now? Wow. Wow, pause. I'm boomerang, baby, boomerang. Okay. So if you're a parent, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. If your parents could describe you with one word, what would they say?
Godson.
Oh. Now your mama might say that. Your daddy will say the same thing.
He will now.
Oh yeah, now. Well, okay. I can respect that. Okay. If you could relive your children's, all of them, upbringing, what would you do differently?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't put the game system in their presence. I would take away the game systems.
What, the video games?
Yeah. They were the best babysitters because I'm in my 20s with my son and with my son, so they were the best babysitters when I was doing what I needed to do and what I was doing. So, but I'll probably be more on hand. I mean, not saying I didn't. My kids got memories with me doing stuff, but when I say kind of like with y'all moms, like I commend mothers who have to do all the things. You know what I'm saying? The everything. I commend y'all. That's a hell of a job. You know what I'm saying? And when a man has a baby mom who's doing everything and he can't support her with what she asked for, kill yourself.
Okay. Okay. Now, this grandparent thing, how are you doing?
I
And what do
love it.
you like about it?
I love it. I love it. I love it. The grandparent thing is the part that it's like you get to relive your children's all over again. Now, the only thing is you give them back. And the bad part is when you give them back, they're being taught and groom something entirely different from what you're trying to instill in them you know what I mean? So here it is, grandpa gonna give you principle and standards and this and this. When you go home, it's anything goes. So and I know over time it's gonna be very confusing for my grandchildren.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that one. I
It's
definitely
gonna be very
understand.
confusing because they ain't gonna know how to balance it. Like, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that when you with pop pop, you know the rules when you with pop pop. Now, what you do at home is what you do at home, but you can't play that. You ain't gonna get that off in here.
Your worst experience with a roommate.
Dirt, filth, disorganization, lack of responsibility,
Wasn't driven.
all that.
Did you ever have a role model growing up?
That's a hard one because your role models kind of change. My dad was my role model when I was very young,
Okay.
and then it changes. You know what I'm saying? It turns into athletes. You follow me? And then it's an athlete, and then it changes again. Then it's it's the old head that dressed real nice, that got the car and the women. So I can honestly say I can't pinpoint no one person who was sustainable in my life that could be my role model. And the only person I can say that's my role model in heart and life is my mother. That's my role model.
All
That's my
right.
God. Outside of the Most High, that's my God, my mother.
When I tell you their relationship is so unique, I think he inspired a couple of us that's in this chat to have better relationships with our parents. Because I mean, like, woo, Skeeter, you that dude. I'm about to get ready to go and be a little controversial, and then I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
Who disappointed you the most? R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, or Kanye West?
Kanye West.
Why?
Somewhere Kanye mentally struggles to balance who he is and where he comes from. He understands that good or bad press is press for him. His message is very clear on where he's discovered. You follow what I'm saying? He's discovered some things that he's trying to expose. I just think that he goes about it in a way where when it gets to us, it's not that it's not believable, but we have an uncanny way of shunning that type of thing and saying, "Oh, he's crazy." So he make himself look crazy because he don't know what side he should be on. You follow what I'm saying? So there's no gray area. It's either you're gonna be this or you're gonna be that.
Okay, I respect that. If you could take one thing out of life, what would it be?
The one thing I like I could take, appreciate it. Appreciate life. Because you only get one.
YOLO.
You only get one life. So, for me, it was a time where I didn't appreciate life because I was doing everything that would compromise my life. And now that I'm on the other side of those things, I greatly appreciate the life that, they say God protect babies and fools. Well, I was a damn fool for a long time, and I appreciate God for protecting me.
I know that's right. Tell the people who you are, where you from, what you do, how you do it, and everything
Well,
that you need to tell them about you.
I am Damon from Philadelphia, barber by trade, man of God, son of Sonia, son of Robert, father of 4, and friend of many, and a lover of everybody.
That's why I don't like him. I'm so appreciative that you took some time out to spend some time with me. I'm Jipa.
Anytime.
When I tell you, I had to get you to come on a convo. I wanted you to, advertise your company, of course, but I also enjoy our conversations.
Mhm.
I always enjoy our conversations. And with that part, I feel like it's a boomerang, baby.
Absolutely. And what I would suggest in future, if you can make it interactive, I don't mind talking to the audience or someone who has questions. And I might have said something that someone like, wow, I didn't look at it like that, or I didn't, what I mean, I wouldn't mind having an interactive conversation with your audience or someone. If that can make that possible, you can bring me on for that right now. You put that out there and I'll come back anytime.
So basically, those conversations are at nighttime because people are home,
Hmm.
they're comfortable. During the daytime, people are working, so they're just listening. They
Hmm.
might compliment, do a little comment here and there, but they're mostly listening. But I would love to bring you back on a DL nighttime.
Okay. Nighttime is good.
It's
Whatever.
just our hours are different.
Well, it was what, an hour difference or 2 hours difference?
It's an hour difference. Right
Okay.
now, it is 2:30.
Okay, so it's 1:30. So what time would be good?
I think let's do it like March when time change, because you know
Okay.
you guys change. We never change. We don't
Okay.
acknowledge time difference.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you know, I gotta night times is kind of hard for me because I am a housewife.
Understood. Understood.
Maz ain't look, he coming out, boom, I'm in the room. So
You got a responsibility.
I
And you
do.
do it well. You're great at your response. That's why you in the position that you in. You have a great responsibility, and you take care of it.
I try.
Happy
So,
spouse, happy house.
oh gosh. Am I still poo? Did I
Absolutely.
change?
Absolutely, still poo, baby. Still poo.
I appreciate you, Damon.
All right, babe.
And the question was asked, did we set this up with the color?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I was like, what? When did you?
Listen,
Speaking of that,
great minds think alike.
oh gosh, crazy minds think alike. Can you
That's
go all the way up to the chat? Like go on your laptop and go all the way up to the chat so we can speak to everybody. You can say hi and
Let me put my
show
glasses
some
on. No, I
love
can't. So let me see. All the way up.
all the way up.
It don't say chat with nobody. Okay, comments.
Yeah, comments.
So a dirty red, real deal.
Go all the way up, all the way up. So
Okay.
one busy mama.
To who?
One busy mama.
One busy mom. All I see is sociable. Okay. Okay. I see. Okay. One busy mama. Hey, how are you? Okay. Hey, one busy mom. How are you? And then you got Slim Jim Longfoot. What's up, Slim? Wellness with Frugal Mama. Hey, Frugal Mama. Yeah, I'm frugal too, baby. Got something in common. Unroly Dirty Reds.
Wait, hold up. I think we got something in there. Usually I ask people to put eyeballs in the chat so I can
Uh-huh.
see.
She said
Oh,
live.
look. Slum said 36 years. Dang, bruh. You look 30. You look 36.
I drink a lot of water, bro. I drink a
Okay.
lot of water. And this is a result of no stress too. This is a result of being at peace. Real right.
Is that the reason why we don't look our age?
Listen like fine wine.
Okay. That part. Go ahead.
The
You
point
see
blank
what
experience.
I highlight?
What's good, Skeet? Everyone in the chat. Hello, point blank experience.
Okay, we got Big Pimpin', Dirty Red. I'm all the way up. Where you at?
I'm right here as C72 Classic. What's up, 72 Classic?
Okay.
And
Wait,
that's it.
so I got somebody said, don't forget where you came from. We got 72 classics and my facts.
Oh,
I
I
think
never
we're not
forget
on
where
the
I
same.
came from, but I know where I'm going.
I think they was talking, but she was talking about me.
Uh,
Oh, when you was talking about when you shot your shot, as long as you playing your part when you move in with another woman
I'm
in
not
her
never
house,
moving in with another woman. And my
never
part always
moving.
gonna get played. I
So
ain't no
would you?
actor though. I don't play my part, I do my part.
Ooh, that part. Would you get married again?
Contemplating it in near future, I would. I would if the right if the right woman comes along, right? And all and I can endure all that comes with her. And I say endure because she gotta endure me too. So we can actually get past the test. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I say the test meaning the cohabitation test. We gotta be able to cohabitate because she can't move in my unit and I'm not moving in hers. So we're gonna have to collectively create something where we equally invested and we see how if we can cohabitate. And I'll give it a year. You know what I mean? I'll give it a year. So I would say once I'm in a relationship, third year we get married. Because anything after that,
a year and a half engagement, like you get a ring
no.
within a year and a half.
Listen. The first year is the honeymoon phase.
Okay.
The second year is the cohabitation phase. The third year is going to get done, because anything past that at this stage of my life, it's irrelevant. So if you can't,
what year we getting the ring though? I'm getting a year.
You're gonna get. Listen, the ring is going to be presented the year before we get married.
Oh.
So that's doing it. Listen, if we can get past the cohabitation phase, then go to the ring, and then the year after that, boom, we planning within that year.
Okay.
It's not going to be no big shindig. It's going to be a destination wedding. And the reason why I say destination, because for me at this stage, having the big wedding and small wedding, anybody who's going to support it, going to come support it at a destination. So they're going to be the person that's going to be responsible for her and I in this marriage. You know what I'm saying? So
I do. I get a destination wedding. I understand.
Yeah, so whoever don't show, they don't open your mouth about my wife, and nobody should open their mouth about her husband. And then she bring me something that somebody said off with her head. I don't want to hear nothing with my. I have zero patience with toxic stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have zero patience with insecurity. Oh, I have zero patience. I don't have no patience for none of that.
So we have more people. You want to say hi?
Hello. Who am I speaking with? I still ain't got my. I see people popping in. Let me see. Sipping with meat and I.
Yes.
Hey, me, how are you?
Life. Look, I feel the same way because he give it to us raw. It be like,
I love you too, Reds. I see that.
I mean, he give it to us raw. With that being said, okay, so are you open to get hooked up? Could I hook you up with someone?
No.
I couldn't hook you up with nobody.
I don't want you to be responsible for failure. I don't want you to be responsible for putting somebody in my life that might make my life a living hell, or vice versa. So if I can't meet a woman and it be organic, I don't want it. So I want it organically. I want it like we outside, like you meet and you become friends. The foundation of every relationship and marriage is friendship.
Okay.
So once you become my friend, that means you know the do's and don'ts. Once I elevate you, we elevate to the relationship. There should be nothing that you don't know about me, that anybody can never tell you nothing bad about me that you don't already know.
Okay, so are we dating someone? What age is too young?
That's a good question. Some days I feel like George Burns.
How young you gonna go?
Well, age is a number, but there are some young girls that carry a level of maturity that make it sustain me. But I'm not going to put it this way. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm dating too young. So I would say I would go 35.
That's not bad.
I would go 35. You know what I mean? And a questionable, 35. Yeah, I can't. 35.
Yeah, you're like, I can't. You know
35.
you're particular.
Huh?
You know you particular.
Oh, now I am. Listen, I overlooked some things and some people in my life that I should have looked at. I'm not in denial about that. And I've been overlooked and not looked at in some other people's lives. So, I mean, it's life. That's how it go.
I would agree. I totally understand that one. Okay. I got nothing else.
Anybody got any questions in the chat? I'm open to all questions.
Listen, Dirty. I'm sorry. 35 is way too young for us. I ain't got time for all that. He ain't even on my caliber, and I got a whole lot of energy. I'm not doing 35 as a man because, women mature a little bit faster than men. I got to have 45 over.
Okay. That's preference, though. That's your preference. That doesn't mean that's for everybody. That's your preference.
Yeah, I'm saying I can only speak for me. I gotta have 45 and older. He gotta be a
Dirty might want a young buck. She might want somebody younger she can groom a little bit. Make some barbecue wings for her.
And she'll cook them and feed them to death. With that being said, anything else? Anything I should have asked? Any secrets? Anything announcements? Anything you want to tell me?
That's it. Listen. I'm grateful for the time that I spent. I appreciate you. I love you. And until I pop up at St. Thomas, my usual every day. Good morning.
That's what I'm saying. You have inspired me to travel like now, if I can't squeeze it in a carry-on, I'm not taking it. That's my theory now with traveling. I done lost too many pieces of luggage. They done damaged too many pieces of luggage. I carry anywhere I go. I don't care what world, what area, what location,
Mhm.
what country, what city. I'm taking a carry-on.
See, the theory and the theory I came up with is more often than not when we travel, we buy stuff to go. So when you go, buy stuff where you at. Then you got something to say. Well, I bought this from such and such, and then you're not gonna get the same pieces somewhere that you may get in the states.
That's
So
facts.
and
That's
it gives you a moment to explore beyond the commercial part of wherever you travel at. You get what I'm saying? So I like to go in the hoods of all places. I want to see the locals. I want to see how they live. You know what I mean? I don't want to be where this is what you conducing to and they jack the prices up and make you spend all that money on stuff that costs way, way cheaper in the hood. And I'm not saying it's about the money. I'm just saying about the quality of the food is way different. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
know what? This is what I don't like. Okay, I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. She ain't never gonna let me live that down that I carry my pots and pans.
which is crazy. So people be
People
putting
eat meat. Listen, I just bought some very nice pots. And I promise, your boy ain't gonna be able to put no meat in those pots. They're
listen,
my
we go to
vegetable
restaurants. You go to
and
restaurants.
pots.
But you go to
Huh?
restaurants, and you go to restaurant, they put meat in the pot. As long as they use soap and water, it don't matter. Don't use soap and water, it don't matter. So it doesn't matter. Listen, it's healthier to eat home than it is in a restaurant.
For sure. But
Yep.
I'm at the stage now where I'm kind of sort of bringing my food to the restaurant.
Come on, you can't go to a restaurant and bring your food. You gotta buy.
Listen, I promise you I do because it's so many things and ingredients that they put in their food I can't eat.
Well, that's to
So
preserve it, but even the things that we buy still gotta be preserved in something. I mean, where y'all at, it may be different, but in the United States, our FDA and ADA is the worst. They let anything come through. They tell you something all natural and they give you 1% juice. How is it all natural and there's only 1% of what's supposed to be natural? That's dog shit. Excuse my expression.
I tell you, I can talk to Skeeter for hours and hours and hours. And we're not doing that, Skeeter. Like Damon,
All right.
that part.
All right, everybody. It's been real. Stay sociable.
And
Live
he's coming
love
back.
and be at peace.
I promise you, I've been doing it. I brought my own food to your house.
All right, everybody. Talk to y'all later.
I appreciate you. We're gonna get a nighttime. You know what? I can't stand him. He just let go. You can tell how people don't know about social media. I'm gonna get a nighttime convo going on with him because he have a lot of things he need to talk about, and he wants you guys to tune in and ask questions. It's never a dull moment with my friends. I love them. I enjoy them, and I want to share them with you. I call them my celebrities because all of my friends are unique in their own way, and it never ever stop. Like we joke, we laugh for hours. And I am so appreciative that I actually have my high school friends in my real life now. I think I could go all the way back to seventh grade. My best friend is my seventh grade friend. So I'm blessed. And also, like I told you, in regards to the boomerang baby, okay, me now, that's my word now. Boomerang baby. Sharon is Karen. Boomerang baby. Learning from Skeeter, I learned how to appreciate my parents better. spend more time with them, and forgiving them. Because once again, there is no handbook. And I think Dirty Red, you can also say the same. Like Skeeter brings his contribution to us is so big. And I am so grateful because anybody that knows Damon, love Damon. I just gave y'all a piece of Philly. We ain't even get a chance to talk about how crazy them kids is in Philly. Okay, with that being said, it's me, I'm Jibba. And it's the combo, baby. Okay, Angie, when we bring it back to lunch combo, I guess we gotta talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I ain't stopped. I'm working. Put me in a game, coach. Put me in a game, coach. It's me. I'm Jibu. Thank you for stepping with me. Deuces.